The job application does not discriminate. Architectures is not looking at grades. Instead, organizers here are looking for a good attitude, strong work ethic, and ties to the community. Circus STEAM not only teaches youth basic circus skills. 100% of students enrolled in the program graduate from high school, and most go on to four-year colleges or universities. The new law requires that pet stores, shelters, and control facilities post the information on or near the cages in hopes that more pets like Lily get adopted. With more than 1 million items, Zapp's owner says that it can provide props for almost any occasion. The most recent Hollywood production is Transformers 3. Bobby Ford was very lucky because according to the Chicago Police Department, 171 people were fatally shot in Chicago from January to June of this year. In Roseland, Aaron Stuber, Northwestern News Network. I'm here at Illinois Nut and Candy, located in Skokie, Illinois, serving over 1,500 sweet options. Let's go take a look. Cakes can be made to order, but every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, the summer program delivers a number of cakes to local food pantries. Time and the economy are taking a toll on one neighborhood's prized artifacts. Candace Adorka joins us in the studio with that story. So Candace, what was the initial plan for the building? So there's still no word from the school?
No word as of yet, but we'll keep following it.
Thanks, Candace. More than 1.5 million people will be diagnosed with cancer this year. Reporter Melissa Aparicio tells us how one organization is providing support to people whose lives have been touched by the disease.
Very nice. All the way to the back, please.
Every summer, a program at the Looking Glass Theater teaches students physical skills such as stage combat and plate spinning. It's called Summer Glass.
Freeze.
This is 9-year-old Evan Karras' second year at camp.
I love the circus and like the stage combat that you get to learn in it. You get to learn all cool stuff. And then you can go home and say, hey, or to a sibling or your mom, you can say, can you try the stage combat move with me?
For 2 weeks, students ages 7 to 14 work together to create an original adaptation of an existing play from the Looking Glass season.
I like to let them kind of create the language of the dialogue and the characters, the life of the characters themselves, so that it feels very real for them. It feels like something that they're excited about doing.
Teachers here at the Looking Glass Theater say it's important that every student be part of the creative process, and the skills the students learn here go beyond what happens on stage.
When you're working in collaboration, you have to not only respect this person that you're working with and the space that you're working in, but also respect their ideas.
Socially, I think there's as much to gain for the kids as there is in terms of the theatrical experience.
And that's what keeps kids like Evan coming back.
I'm just gonna do whatever I can with Looking Glass.
At the end of the 2-week session, students do what Looking Glass calls an informance, an informal performance for family and friends. Aaron Stuber, Northwestern News Network. Antonio Davis is used to the double takes. You could say he's far from the traditional artist.
I had a spinal cord injury since 1994. When I was in rehab, RIC, I started taking art therapy as a way to cope with my injury. And then I met a guy who inspired me to start in mouth paint, and that was about 8-9 years ago.
It keeps him smiling and happy, motivated, and now he's so good at what he does, and through artwork he found a way to provide for his family.
Davis is one of 2 million Illinois residents with some level of disability. Benro Oganipi has been deaf most of his life. He says today's event is about progress.
And it's very important for people with disabilities to have accessibility to various services, and it needs to be recognized that people with disabilities can make a significant contribution to society.
More than 3,000 people are expected to attend the anniversary celebration. Organizers say in the last 2 decades, the nation has made great strides in making America more accessible.
And the act gives people with disabilities an even playing field so that they can reach their maximum level of independence, so that they can really go into working towards reaching the American dream.
From dancing to basketball, participants demonstrate that a disability doesn't mean a lack of opportunity. For Davis, limited use of his hands doesn't stop him from doing what he loves.
And since I started mouth painting, I've been able to make my art come to life.
He's an advocate for true disabilities, but the ability to do things with disabilities.
Art is my life, and I love it.
Aaron Stuber, Northwestern News Network. look like a typical carpenter shop. But here, Zap Antiques and Props not only builds, sells, or rents.
We do a lot of repairs on antique furniture, as well as props for restaurants.
Zap is 3 businesses in one. It also houses a restaurant decorating business and a picture framing and printing operation.
Over the last 20 years, I've built up a reputation of being able to have, theme restaurant type items.
Customers say Bill has made quite the impression on Chicago's video production scene.
They basically have everything you need when you're doing a shoot. Everybody's really helpful. They help you load your trucks. They basically they can find everything in here, which is amazing.
With more than 1 million items, Zap's owner says that it can provide props for almost any occasion. The most recent Hollywood production is Transformers 3.
Anything that's been filmed in Chicago, basically, we've had something to do with it.
But just because Zap provides props for Hollywood movies does not mean owners rub shoulders with celebrities.
I don't know any stars. I know all the people, at the end, when they roll the credits at the end, that no one sticks around for, I know all those people.
A lot of people think it's glamorous, but it's actually very hard work.
Within the 36,000 square foot space, which barely holds everything, there is something for everyone. Aaron Stuber, Northwestern News Network. Have you ever wanted to go back in time and see how things used to be? Exploring the unknown and going on wonderful adventures, discovering new lands, people, and foods? Yes? Then what are you waiting for? It's time for Looking Back. Does anyone know how America began? That's right! It was with the settlement of Jamestown.
Today, we will now make a ship.
So let's take a minute to learn how to make our own boat and imagine sailing it across the ocean. Feel free to test the boat in a bucket of water outside or even race it against your friends and family. Now that we have made our very own ship, we can continue on our journey to discover Jamestown. Jamestown is such an amazing place and so much fun to learn about. But before you go on your own adventure, let's review what we've learned. Have you had fun today discovering Jamestown? I know I have. And I hope you join me next time as we begin exploring new, exciting adventures throughout history.